Hello everybody, this is Carla, and this time I'm back with a review for episode 20 of season 5 of Haven, titled Just Passing Through. And oh my god, you guys, from the beginning of the episode, when I saw that they were rehashing, the whole Colorado kid thing and the whole Sarah thing, and I'm just sitting there watching the recap, and I'm like, yes, time travel episode. Yes! And oh my god, it's like, I love time travel episodes, and I think Haven does the best time travel episodes. So from point zero, I was already so into this thing. Okay, like if you think this review is kind of a little bit overboard, it's because I'm just kind of really excited right now. I'm so pumped. I love time travel episodes. They're always the best. And this one in particular, I love Sarah. I think Sarah is pretty much hands down, if not the best episode of Haven, then definitely in the top 3. And this one might be right there as well. And I think in a sense this is almost a little bit better, not because of the plot, because you can't beat the plot in Sarah, okay? Just the whole twist at the end where Nathan turns out to be the Colorado kid's father, that's going down in history as one of the best twists that Haven has ever given us. Okay, it just is. But in this one, I really loved it because we got to see people from the future. The episode was okay, and Dave and Vince were there and whatever, but in this one, not only did we get to see people that are right there in our time right now, we also got to see Chief Warnos again. And I'm just, oh god, all my emotions are doing a salsa dance right now. I was so excited. Like, I was watching this with my door open, and my brother, whose room is right next door, he was making fun of me for all the weird screechy noises I was making, because every time anybody said anything on screen, I was screeching, basically. Like, can we talk about how Nathan just had this smile on his face the whole way through the flashback? Like, he saw Garland and he smiled. He saw Lucy and he smiled. That was me, okay? I could not stop smiling the whole episode. Pretty much, all these things. They're so, I don't know what the show's does to me. I'm very aware that I am not making any sense right now, and I'm sorry about that, but my mind is kind of all over the place right now. What can I say? God. I loved seeing Chief Warnos again. Like, all the emotions, dude. Like, I was hugging my pillow so tight. Man, I'm getting goosebumps now just from remembering it. And Dave, they cast such great actors to put, like, the guy who played Dave, he was just like the actual Dave, like, in the present. All his mannerisms and the way he spoke, and I just stared at him. Like, half the time I didn't even listen to what he was saying because I was so stunned that he was so perfect as Dave. And, Garland as well. Oh, God, that was so sweet. And it took me a while to figure out that the woman they were looking for had to be Haley's mother, or related to her. That was my brother, sorry. Related to her in some way. It took me a while because I barely remember Haley's name. I barely remember her name, let alone her last name. Like, I always call her, Kitty Pryde girl. Kitty Pryde, teenage, teen thief or whatever. I don't know. It didn't really hit me until Nathan stated that her power was going through things. And I'm like, oh, she's probably related to that girl. Now it all makes sense. It's all kinds of awesome, really. I like how they just kind of bring everything back together. Just the rings, the thingies, like, everything fits so well. And it's not always when a show can do that, because sometimes sometimes shows just kind of get trapped in their own mythology, and then they can't, like, they go on for so long that they can't solve it anymore. And I'm so glad that Haven hasn't done that. I'm so glad that the writers still know exactly what they have to do to solve these things. And I know that I love that they're being faithful to the storylines that they've set already in the previous seasons. I mean, come on, it's just all the nostalgia factor. I mean, the Colorado kid's death and that photo, that was exactly what started everything. You know, we're going back to Haven season 1 episode 1 here, and just that mystery was what got me into the show to begin with, and to finally know what really happened, and to have been there to see it. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Like, seriously, this episode was just so good. I loved, like, for a second there I thought they weren't going to recreate the photograph, and then they did, and I'm like, yes, freaking yes, because that's what I wanted to see. Like, from the moment Nathan said, exactly, I'm going to go back in time, which, by the way, that is the badassiest line that has ever been uttered on this show. Okay, let me just put it out there. Lucas Bryant, that delivery of that line, oh god, it did something to me. I'm not sure that I can actually say it because it might be too... It did something to me. Let's just put it that way. But just the rest, like, just as soon as he said I'm going back in time, I'm like, God, they're going back to Lucy. Yes, finally. And it was so sweet to see James again. And Lucy loved him so much, and it sucks that he had to die. God, why did James have to die? It still hurts. Come on. Damn it. But it was so good to see him again, because he's been at the center of this whole thing, and it was nice to see that he actually had a relationship with Lucy, that he got to know her before, you know, everything went down. The thinny thing, like, I mean, it's kind of... the only thing I thought was a stretch is the whole thing with the rings. Like, oh, suddenly when you put on the ring, it changes your trouble. We did not know this before today. That is strange. You know, it's like, okay, at some point you have to make something up. But it's interesting that they still, you know, that they still have stuff to add in. That they're not locked in their own mythology. So I like that. I mean, again, it's like magical powers as the plot demands, but I'll buy it. You know, it works, especially if it's going to bring Haley back, because, I mean, I don't care for Haley, but I don't like when they leave, like, dangling plot lines, so I was hoping that they would wrap that one up somehow. I love that Nathan got to send a letter to the future through that little kid. I mean, that was so fun. Initially I thought that little kid would be Nathan, but it wasn't. It was some random kid. Saul Goodman, was that I mean, I don't watch Breaking Bad, but isn't that a Breaking Bad character or something? I'm not sure, but it was funny that the kid was just someone else who was tormented by Duke, and Nathan's like, bitch, please, I have experience on this. So of course he tells the kid where to find his camera, and then all of a sudden there's a note. That was awesome. That was epic. And I know, I just love that that Nathan, like, even though Duke just left Haven, like, apparently claiming to never come back and whatever, and he never wanted to see either Audrey or Nathan again and whatnot, I'm glad that Nathan still knows that Duke will come through for them in the end. And if he has no way to communicate with Duke, that he's still, I mean, he's traveling back in time, he's seeing Lucy again, he's seeing his father again, and he still has the mental presence to leave a note for Duke. You know, that says a lot about the level of trust that Nathan puts into Duke, and I hope that's enough to get Duke back to Haven. I mean, he already said he was going to, but I hope it touches him now. It's like, look, your friends are still waiting for you to come back. They need you. They want you to be there. I hope that he makes a mention of that, because that was I like that little nerdy kid with the camera. Turns out to be like a really powerful guy, because that's always interesting. I like that he had like a whole set of spies in suits and Men in Black or whatever, and he had his own helicopter. That was so great. It was just this whole episode. I mean, if I have to complain about one thing, it would be that the beach scene didn't I don't know, it wasn't as hard hitting as I expected it to be, probably because it was, they had to make Croatoan kill him. So does that mean that James had Nathan's trouble or something? Or is it Audrey's side of the family because of the Aether and all that stuff, and the fact that Audrey is involved with the barn and the void? I mean, clearly James had inklings of that, because Croatoan killed him to absorb that. I wish they had, it had been mentioned before that there was something special about James. I guess there wasn't. Does that mean he had a trouble? Does it mean he had Nathan's trouble? Did he have a trouble on his own because he was on Audrey's side of the family? Was he immune to the troubles? I wish I had known. I wish they'd said something about that, because now I'm really curious, and I know that we're probably never going to see James again, and that's going to suck, because they're never going to bring it up again, but I really want to know. So if they don't explain that, I'm totally tweeting to Sean Pillar or Jim and Sam or something so that they explain that to me, or they have it up in the DVD collection or whatever, because I really want to know. Oh god, everything was so good in this episode. Everything was so good. I don't even know what to say, because I loved it so much, and man, I love how they bring everything together, and I love that Nathan has now been part of Audrey's life, in all of her, or at least her most recent iterations, that that scene when he asks for a pen and she gives it to him and they touch, and then all of a sudden it's like, what just happened? Oh, I love that she recognized. She didn't recognize him, but she could feel there was something there. There was something special between them. Oh my god. My poor shipper heart is beating out of his chest right now, and I'm just remembering that scene. There's so many things, and I love that Vince went back not to help Nathan find the woman, but to actually change the future, because Vince would totally do that, okay? He would totally do that, and I love that he was trying to save Dave from being possessed by Croatoan. I'm still not clear on what this means for Dave. Does that mean that he has been sucked into Thinny's during, was he sucked into a Thinny when he killed Charlotte, or can Croatoan just randomly possess him now, even though he's nowhere near a Thinny? Because all the Thinnies are closed, so how the heck is this thing coming in, right? And how is he possessing Dave? They need to explain that. I'm guessing they're going to explain that, because we never saw Dave at the end of the episode. We just saw Audrey, right? So, that, I really want them to explain it, because if all the Thinnies are closed and nobody in Haven is opening them, because Haley is outside of Haven and doesn't even remember Haven anymore, then how is Dave getting possessed? That's what I want to know, and I hope they explain that. But other than that, everything in this episode was so great, so awesome. So I love that. That's gonna be my conclusion, because I really don't know what else to say. I've been ranting out, at this point I'm just gushing. Okay, I don't even know what to say because I love this episode so much. Haven just, I love time travel episodes. Haven does the best time travel episodes I've seen in a really long time, and this is a big compliment because I'm a Doctor Who fan. So yeah, you know when I don't take time travel lightly, but they do it so well. This one was directed by Colin Ferguson, by the way, of Eureka fame, and who also was our William, which not many people liked last season, but hey, we'll take it. And he's a great actor, and he's directed before. He's a great director, so I thought that was really well done this time around. I liked a lot of the cinematography. I mean, Nova Scotia is so beautiful. You want to take advantage of that, and I think he did, and I love that. Which is such a great episode. The time travel topic was fantastic, and just the way they do it in this show is fantastic. The emotions, the nostalgia factor, the actors were so great. I mean, Garland was just like Garland, and Dave was just like Dave, and it was so good to see James again, and just Nathan being awesome, and the fact that they tied it all together with the rings, with Haley, it was just a fantastic episode, definitely one of the best of the series, and God, I don't even know, I'm getting goosebumps. It was just such a great episode. I loved it, and I can't wait to see. I mean, on the one hand, I'm sad because when I saw the title of the episode and the numbering of the episode, I'm like, oh no, we're up to episode 20. It's almost over, and I started getting really upset, because that means that we're really close to the end, and I don't really want Haven to end. But it was so great to finally see the beginning, because the Colorado Kid murder was what first made Haven what it is. It's based on a story by Stephen King titled The Colorado Kid. So to finally have that mystery solved, it's kind of, it's amazing on one side, it's also kind of sad on the other side, because that means that, hey, we're really close to the end. But I like that it's like the show is wrapping everything up. They're not going to leave us with unanswered questions, or if they are, at least they will be minor. Hopefully. Are you listening to me, Haven White writers? Minor. And I like that they're bringing Duke back. And just the way they're wrapping up all their mythology with their current storyline. It's really amazing what they've been able to do with this show. So yeah, basically I loved it. I'm so emotional right now. I don't even want to talk anymore because I just say the same thing over again, and eventually I would devolve into like weird animal sounds. Seriously, I sounded like a screeching manatee halfway through the episode or something. And I don't want that it would be really embarrassing if I devolved into that during this review, so I'm going to keep it short now. Amazing episode, like my mind is blown right now. I loved it so much. And just, I loved it. There's nothing else I can say. It was amazing. So yeah, if you guys wanna, I'm sorry. I'm just so, I don't even know how to say. I'm so hyped up right now. Like, I feel like I need to go and run outside and scream or something because I'm just so hyped up. I have so much pent up energy right now that I just need to let loose. Anyway, again, if you guys want to see more Haven reviews, be sure to visit our website at thegeekypub.com. We have reviews for this season. And we also have reviews for other TV shows, books, movies, games, a ton of stuff in there, so be sure to check it out. And I will see you guys in my next review, which will probably not be as emotional and incoherent as this one was. Sorry about that again, but bye.